So we'll call our next speaker, who is Dr. Eric of the Hospitality Business School in Lagos, and who will be talking to us for the next 40 minutes.
Good morning. Hello. Oh, it's working.
Yes.
Good morning. Good morning. Already in the afternoon. Already in the afternoon. No wonder you guys are timekeepers. I was saying good morning. It was not very sound like. Is he looking at his time? And so when I say good afternoon, how is it now? Good afternoon. We're together. All right, my name is Eric. I looked forward to this conference for so many reasons. So many reasons. Let's leave the reasons. But the theme of this conference is performance management, owners and managers' dilemma. How deep a dilemma it is that we are in the hospitality space. Deep. Very deep. One of the reasons is that we have owners who do not have business or should not have business in this space. They have space, property, and in a bid to secure this property, they build a hotel and handpick persons from different hotels they've eaten or slept, and they feel, when I get these guys, I'm going to have another Marriott. Some others, they have plenty money. They don't know where they're going to put it. And still others have what I call ownership by pride syndrome. Do you know that hotel down the road? It belongs to me. By the way, let me correct Mr. Benga. I've been correcting him. I'm CEO Hospitality Business School. That's it, not owner. I look forward to becoming an owner one day. Because we've got to work to justify that ownership. Right now, we are CEO, and we're not MD yet. And so we have persons, it's just even a penter, and it tells you, you see his card, MD, CEO, chairman. Oh boy, this is a serious matter. Do you know the name, the meaning of the titles you have? Anyway, let's leave that. That's a topic for another day. And then we have, on the flip side, managers who also should not have business in the hospitality ecosystem.
What's this?
But they are here. And so some of these ones came through what we call career, or persons in career transit.
Okay.
So
All right. Okay.
they finished, or while in school, they imagined that after my university, I'm going to work in a bank. And the bank work has not come. Make we use this one whole body. And so 1 year, 3 years, 4 years, and you see them. I have 10 years in the hotel business. He's passing through the hotel, but the hotel is not passing through him. So people like that will call them, you have 5 years, you actually have 1 year experience 5 times. You actually have 1 year experience, but you just repeated each of those years. The same case, 10 or 20 years. I have 20 years in the hospitality industry. It could be 1 year experience repeated 20 times. So, these guys have expectations. And the owners also have expectations of them. Like they say, that is where, well, I don't wear pants. Because you're having two persons or two group of persons don't know what performance should be, therefore, do not know how to measure. You only measure what you know, right? You don't know. So what are you going to measure? It becomes the issue of, I don't like your face. You are not Igbo. You are not Yoruba. You are not Hausa. You are not my church member. You are not a Muslim. Frivolous basis. You get managers who walk around, nice suits, and walk around. Please come and mop this floor. Please smile. This is a nice job. I call that supervisor's job. The manager's job is more strategic than tactical. what are the processes you have put in place? What are you using to drive the performance? And what are the KPIs you have in place? Many do not have. At the school, I get a lot of owners, who are doing hotel owners program or hotel managers program. Sometimes I ask them. In fact, I had a lady that owned a hotel restaurant in Port Harcourt for 18 years and was moving down to Lagos, and she said she wanted to do it well. And I said, what's your food cost? My brother, what did you, I said, food cost. He will just say, Sha, if you make profit, fine. Oh my God. For 18 years. Remember, she has 18 years experience of ownership, but it's actually 1 year experience 18 times. There are many people like that. So what should you be looking at? Please, next slide. So, owners need to managers need to understand what their hotel business is all about. It is majorly two things: food division, F&B division, and every other thing, Nigeria, like we say in Nigeria. Consequently, our revenue is 60-40, typically, or 30-70, typically. Except you are running, am I allowed to mention brand name? Okay. No, for good. Yes. Exporter would be opposite of that for the right reason. And yesterday I was looking at the Old English. I tried to imagine Old English to be like an exporter, but I didn't see a lodge. No room, right? No room. So if there was a room, it would be like an exporter where you have the flip side. 30% to be for revenue, for room division, while 70% to be for F&B because they are big on F&B. But a typical hotel is the other way around, 70-30 or 60-40. Why should this be very clear? Like they say, put your money where your mouth is. And know the goose that lays the golden egg. And then also know the cock that ensures that the goose are in order. Because sometimes the cock is not laying golden egg, but if it's not there, the goose that is laying the golden egg will not be there. So that is important that owners and managers must understand that matrix as simple as that. Next is the fact that our menu or offering should not be on the basis of what is the hotel down the road competitor offering. Let us go and copy them. Somebody came from over here to come to the school to do hotel owners program 2 years ago. And we're doing one part of the course is competitors matrix. All she was doing is Protea. I said, what did Protea do to you? You are not analyzing competitor. You are, what language you use when somebody, you are obsessed with the brand. And it's the wrongest thing you do because you'll be copying. And when you copy, like when you're copying someone, he's leading you. So if he turns this way, you turn. You don't even know. If you are familiar with Lagos traffic, when the traffic red, like we say, don't tie apart, and everybody is driving. Next, when you see somebody that comes, oh boy, like that road there, you follow the man until he gets to his gates. And when he gets to his gates, weary. You are the worst worry. You will still go back because you are not using your brain. That is how it is when you follow a competitor obsessively. You shouldn't. You should in sync your menu with your target audience or the audience that your brand is attracting. Knowingly and unknowingly. We set up business, we target certain audience, right? But another set of audience is who is attracting. It happens. And that is why you can write the best of business plan. But as the business goes, that's why we say business plan must be a living and breathing document. It must turn the direction that the customers are asking for. So that is key because you can actually, like I have that particular lady from over here, If you see the menu, all the menu is short. In fact, she was taking it beyond Marriott's. All the starters, entree, and dessert, they are all core continental. That, you know, we Africans, we like spice, pepper, and seasoning. We go call them Maggi. If you know, they say, no, this food not sweet. And we know, with all due respect, the continental menu is bland to our taste bud. Are we used to that word, hotel food not the sweet? You don't hear that before? Take it to the bank and save it. Now the truth be that. The menu you are offering, you plan to offer, and you are big on it. The customers are saying, no, you don't get to forward. No, you don't get, oh, by the way, old English, they so much talk, that's our WhatsApp group, Una the trash. I was forced to ask Benga, Joe, no vex. Sometimes I wake up, I see 1,200. Who is this? But by the way, give yourself a round of applause. Very active WhatsApp group. So I've been hearing old English, fish to die for. I say, here, if we die, who wants them? You know, so old English could be doing that very well, but one restaurant open by the side, they are doing Oyibo food, and they say, I want to copy them. You don't go. You don't follow the crowd. You don't also copy blindly. You must be unique for who you are. So identify that and give them what is that value they perceive. I have a very strong word I use. Value is value if value is perceived value. If I am hungry and I just need 500 naira to eat, and you say, go get worm, my brother, and I go get worm, and I have ulcer, and I survive it. Tomorrow, I'm a millionaire, and you say, oh, wow, I need to buy you, look, I'm a billionaire. I want to buy you Rolls Royce, and I have Rolls Royce already. Which one do you think I will value? Is it the Rolls Royce or the 500 naira? The 500 naira. The Rolls Royce is not my need anymore. The 500 was my need, and because of 500 I have ulcer, and it's for life. So, learn to give value to those you intend, the intended use. And we will be getting what others aren't getting. And we should also understand that this menu we offer impacts our REFPO, our REFPA, our GOPA. I'm sure some of us are used to that, right? Performance matrix in your PMS. So it affects. How does it affect? Should be 30% of it is F&B. Like we said, the reality is that you might be having a lot of lodgers who come because after eating like exporter, after eating and drinking, you feel tired. The next thing is, when I get room for this place. Some others, babe, come meet me here. From eating and drinking, would you mind to stay over? Among so many conditions. So that can, while your F&B can affect your total performance matrix, your REPA and all of that, your room can also affect your F&B sales. Why are we bugging us with this long story? Simply because owners and managers need to understand this stuff and how they impact negatively or positively on our business. Consequently, the need for the topic I've given to handle, menu engineering. Am I allowed to pull up my blazer? Where is Mr. Benga? Okay, so because we're going to walk. All right? We are going to walk. Don't worry, I'll give it to you. I have somebody to give it to you. Don't worry. You are the big man. We are going to walk. So if you have your system or pen and paper, open it up. We are going to walk. I was told we are coming for workshop, not talk. If it didn't do, if it is day, That's simple. This is one of the problems why we have non-performing managers. We know them because we have been in an environment where we have seen them do it, but we don't know it. I have a manager that we're trying to recruit coming from one big brand in Lagos, I won't mention the name, financial controller with 10 years experience. And when we employ him, the owner said, if I get this guy, my problem is solved. We employed him. My brother, where are the templates? At the come. How do we do this? At the come. Because the templates from where he's been working is already made. All he does is enter data and put enter and print, and he wears suits. I'm the financial controller. Financial controller under my foot. Please, if you are FC, don't be offended. I'm talking about that man, not you. Next slide, please. So, and also, don't spend your money on career development centers where they give you templates to learn. If you cannot teach me to build it from the scratch, it is not worth it. What if I don't have a template? I've had somebody, next slide, please. I've had somebody who did a program at the HMC, hotel manager's course, and he went for interview, and she was asked, what are the problems we have in this hotel? He said, well, I've researched it, I know your problems, and I've done a strategy, and this strategy map. Because part of our program was to do strategy and build strategy map. So she only just edited what she has done because she did it by herself. And, okay, this is the situation of your business and the solution that lies in. Okay. Do you know costing? Say, yes, I'm actually going to give you our financial reports. Financial report, how would you give it? You can give me some numbers. Can I use your laptop? And you open Excel. How long can you give me? Give me 2 hours. And she built P&L from scratch and submitted. And the next question is, when can you resume? Owners here, can we see owners? Owners of hotel? If you are the one, are you going to waste time? He knows the problem. And he's coming, but he doesn't want to say, you know I'm a graduate. Teach me, I go learn. No time. So, to do menu engineering, first thing is that we need to pick up a period for analysis. So, let's say the business, this is July, right? Let's pick the first quarter of the year. January, February, March. Our software will give it to us, right? But if you're not using software, that you're using Ogbunigwe, that's fine. There's paper. You have documents, right? There's a data. Pick the data and look out for what you sold during that period. What did you sell? Like they say, figures don't lie. Who pull off what we sold? The next point is that we will have to, that system they're using to project, I would like to work here. Is it possible? If it's not possible, I can move my laptop. Let's plug, if you can plug it here. I need to open Excel and work from here. I asked for the man that is, can we have it here? Excuse me, sir? Okay, if you cannot, then that's why I did it. Just then project the Excel. I wanted us to do it from scratch together. But I imagine that we might have this situation. So just the Excel sheet, the page 1. Yes. No, not this. Sheet 1, I mean. Sheet 1 of the Excel. So this page is the soul of your F&B business. If you don't have it, you have nothing. This sheet controls from your stock to your recipe, to your yield, to your food costs, to your suggested selling price, what is remaining? So you have coupled in your chef, your storeman, your chef, your, some place they call them auditor. That's not auditor work. Account officer, right? And the manager's job by saying how much are we going to sell the product. That is what you have coupled here. So as basic as we go to store, we ask our storeman, please generate me a stock record. Dry item, wet, and frozen item. So I have, for instance, dry, wet, and frozen. And like we have seen, raw rice, tomato puree, vegetable oil, and all whatnot. That is the first one, the serial number, the product, the stock at hand, the bulk unit size, and the bulk price and the unit price. That can be your store. Or if you are one of those who say, don't bug the storeman with too much details. They like calculation. They just like to write what you give them. His own ends at the box size. But you, the owner or the manager, takes it up to the units. The idea is that 1 gram of rice, oputegone, there is naira to it. So that place, I use a number saying a bag of rice, 50 kg, unit price, 50K. I forget the brand you use, just let's use that figure. And it's showing that the unit price, that is a gram of that rice is 7 kobo. So when you see the guy, like 5 grams, say, waiting with this one, tell us my 7 kobo you play with. Now, that gives you your item a minute figure. And then you now go to the chef and say, hey, chef, come and sit down here. We know, say, by the way, I'm a trained chef before anything. Chefs here, or chef background. I only met a senior colleague chef, Pinda. Senior chef. He's been there before me and graduated before me, but I've graduated also as a chef. So if you have a chef background, kudos to you. We always say to them that will make better GM than sales people and front office people. But many of us are docile. We know they like. I don't cook, my work don't finish. And that thing has been keeping a lot behind. So get the chef who is very docile, who tells you, I know the way. If I hold salt like this, I know it's 50 grams. Now so we they talk. No. Not tell me we are stubborn and very arrogant people. We know they like. And we wear cap long. Mind you, most people that wear cap long, they're not sabi cook. Do you want me? It's the other way around. All right, so get him to give you your grammage of the raw material to cook that food. I know they cook, chef, will not they fight you. We just won't do it well. Get him. I don't know, no problem. Go cook as you they cook. Carry one small boy, give him, that is very meticulous as writing numbers, right? Chef, take any rice where you want to take them. You take them. Say, before you cook, weigh them, write them down. Chef, they go, what else you want? Say tomato, take as you like. Weigh them, write them down. That is what you get here. That way, all the weight, so that is a 1,000 is 1,000 grams, which is 1 kg of rice, 250 grams rather of tomato puree, etc., etc., etc. So that gives a total of 1,900 grams, which is approximately 2 kg. Now you have a choice. And that choice can be influenced by the type of rice you use. As chefs, we say, or cooks, or anybody that cook, there are different rice. They get rice where you go cook, you go rice times 2, some not times 3. So you can choose to go on the basis of just using that weight of the rice itself, multiply it by 2, or pick up what comes out, like you have measured from here, has cooked the thing, and the thing out, and you say, oh, this is what the yield. Write the yield there. And then you have the next column to have the naira and kobo of those grammages that he picked up before. And that gives you 2,199, approximately 2,200 naira. That is what it cost us to cook that 1 kg of rice. But how many grams or how many portions, or rather, what is the capacity, the output, the yield from that portion? We got 7.6 portions. And we know in arithmetic, we say anything 0.5 and above is approximately 1. But we know, say, when you cook rice, some go burn, right? Some go pour. The chef go, chef not the chop when I test it, but before you come out. So all of those things happen. Sometimes we say, oh, don't eat star food, though, but you get one guy where in the eye. If you not give me, I'm not going to give us more. Things have happened. One of my former chairman used to say, if you are running business and you not put things for the gods, now trouble you define. So allow things, for, you know the gods will not see them. Include those guests where they toast, no problem. So instead of 7.6, leave the 6 for the, in fact, you can even bring it down to 6 and say 1.6 for the gods. Now, that which you have, what does it cost us? You will not divide the yield by the cost. It tells you that one portion, now 283 naira. Now it costs us. So, please, can you go back to the other slide? Remember, we are running through the process of doing menu engineering. So I've said the first one is pick a period under review. We'll pick January to February or March. So we got the figure. And the second one will say perfect your control system. And that was that sheet we just worked on. If you do not have that, don't bother. When food safety was presented, they mentioned HCP. In Lagos State now, it is, okay, well, let me say it doesn't matter. If you tell the truth, you die. You don't tell the truth, you die. So let's say the truth. Right, in Lagos State, the government says every food business, and if any hospitality business that is into food and beverage must have HCP policy. Even Dangote Manufacturing and Co, they are still struggling with the HCP document. It's a heckling and tiring thing. People know they like to do them. And you say, even Yabiliki and Rashida that is selling by the corner, she have HCP. It's like asking for PhD certificate from someone who has not finished primary school. So the same thing here. Don't say you want to do your menu engineering when you don't have that sheet we have talked about. Sometimes you might say, oh, let me manually calculate it. Yeah, how many grams added. You can do that. But the danger is that you could be deceiving yourself. And lastly, which is the most important of them all, is the fact that that control sheet, or rather that pricing you would have done, when price of flour change or bag of rice change, any caterer here, okay, fine, F&B managers and FC, you find out, if you don't use a software, you find out that you don't, when the price change, you say you are doing price review. You don't sleep. You come work the next day, your eyes swell up. Why? They do pricing since morning. We say you are living in the era of Mongo Park. If you don't have a software that you even have that Excel sheet we talked about, go to that place where a bag of rice was 50,000. Change it to whatever the price is. It will change everything. And life becomes, anything that has rice will change. And when you have one who wants to give you PMS or any of the software you're going to use, you are telling the software man what you want him to give you. The reality is that many of us answer general managers, but we don't general manage anything. We manage half. Because you were in Radisson or one of the brands, and you say, oh, I know that supplier of software, PMS, I will call and come. You say, which one I go? Say, do me what you do, my brother, for that place. If you have, you don't want to go that direction. You want to, you should know what you are looking for and tell the software man to program the software to give you what you're looking for. So you want to analyze your food cost, you want to analyze your occupancy rate, your REFPA, your REFPO, your GOPA, and all that. You want to analyze it. That's what you do. In fact, you don't want to even do all those. I just want occupancy rate and REFPA. Leave it like that. So your software will configure that way. The same way, once your operating control system is in order, you can actually translate into a software, so use internet power. Use internet to power it, and you can be anywhere in the world. Enjoy. You know you should work for your money to a certain level, and your money start working for you, isn't it? Even Excel sheet still can still be powered by internet, right? So whichever way it is, don't just, like they say, don't sit down like E, according to Ukwa. Yeah? Move. So now you have done your control system. The next stage for you is to categorize your menu. The next Excel sheet, sheet 2. You need to categorize your menu. But for you to categorize your menu, you need to analyze the menu itself. Remember we have said we pick January, February, March, the first quarter. So in the first quarter, what were the things you sold? You say, oh, we don't have a large menu. We only have 4 items. Jollof rice, pasta, grilled chicken, and salmon. That's the 4 things we have. So what was the figure during that period under review? Jollof rice was 40 portions, pasta 10 portions, chicken 45 portions, and salmon 5. How much, all right, is this product, or are these products sold? 1,500, 1,000, and 1,500, respectively. The next question is, what is the portion cost? That is where the other sheet helps you. You pick up your costs. If you open up that sheet, sheet 2, please. We'll try to synchronize it. Sheet 2 says, sorry, sheet 1, apologies. Sheet 1 says that the portion cost here is 200 naira, right? Yes, 200 naira. So let's assume, please go back to that sheet 2 again. So let's assume that 200 naira represents this. All right? So you know your portion cost. Then what is the margin? What is margin? Margin is gain. I like using basic language. We must be very functional. We use plenty of Igbo, at the end of it, we confuse ourselves. Gain. You sold something for 1,000. You bought something for 300. You sold it for 1,000. Your gain is how much? That's that. That's margin. So what is your margin? That is minus your cost from your sales. You got that. The next is, what is your total sales? As simple as multiply this, the unit price, by the quantity we sold. That gives us 40,000 naira, right? And across every menu. And what is our total cost? Again, total portion cost multiplied by the number, that gives us 11,600. And across other menu items, pasta, chicken, salmon, etc. Now we have gotten that. What is our total contribution margin? What it means is we are picking what the difference between the total revenue minus the costs. That gives us this. From this figure, do you need anybody, do you need any oracle to tell you jollof rice, not be your mates? Do you need anyone to tell you? So when you hear that the supplier of tomato say, I need my cash, otherwise I no go bring. If you're there for office, you are one of those who don't want to release, okay, era of check has gone. You know how you write check? You say, we pay only on Fridays. And we don't release the check. Bank closed by 4, right? You don't release the check until 3:30. So that when the man leaves there, he can't get to bank until after 4. And you have to deposit the check till Monday. So that we can sell over the weekend to have money to pay, because we use our money to do one bit. So, if you are one of those who say, oh, the MD is not around, meanwhile you're inside your office, or MD is in a meeting, by the way, you know you can actually have meeting by yourself, right? You can have meeting, you're only you in the office, but you're having meeting with yourself. So that's maximum truth, minimum information. The MD is having meeting. But once they tell you that, thank you, once they tell you that the supplier of tomato is saying, if we don't pay what we have before, I no go supply. That your meeting. Why? Now jollof rice, they pay our bill, isn't it? So it helps you to know where to put, what to put your effort. So on that column where I left, I was thinking worst case, I could also work in there, is to find out the percentage in margin. Yes, we have seen the number, but we can put in percentage margin. And the last column is where we categorize this menu. So we have a lot of persons who say the star menu, the floor menu, and all of that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is there any microphone, please? We need to hear him. Come again.
Maybe could add on, where is the HLP cost added on?
Where is he?
HLP cost.
Oh, okay.
That's also a major inclusion to arrive at the cost.
Yes.
Heat, light, and electricity.
Yes, but what we're trying to do now is, and I think this is where, please let him repeat what he said so I can. He said we have 8 minutes. No problem. Let's try.
Yeah, Mr. Eric.
Yes.
It's good. After conclusion, before we come to a conclusion on the portion.
But maybe I should have finished and then we'll ask question, right? Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah. We need to add on HLP cost here also onto the portion.
Okay.
Before we come to an add-on margin to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying that is also very misleading, and I'll tell you why. This is food costs. If you have a proper P&L, profit and loss sheet, your P&L should be, your food cost should be COGS, cost of goods sold on its own. And then you should have your employee burden. You should have your operating costs, your marketing costs, and all of that, including your power, your depreciation, amortization, and all of that. If you bring that up here, when that figure of jollof rice is telling you it's no longer profitable, you might be thinking it's tomato, but you don't know that it's diesel. So it's always nice to call Ekene the boy and call Angina the girl. Otherwise, we'll miss, are we calling a he or a she? Right? Yeah, so that's the reason why it is always better that you keep what is a boy, and what is a girl. But you can still bring them together under your P&L. If you do not do P&L sheets or P&L costing, then you can put it here. But like I said, misleading.
Now my question is about when we arrive at the food cost, even taking to a portion what are the ingredients we come to conclude to process a food, even HLP is also, as a passer of the processing the food, even HLP cost is also one among the factor which to arrive at the food cost.
That's fine. I mean, you can do that. Yeah. Same way, some brand would, like I mentioned, COGS, you capture both your accountable and unaccountable waste. Some will say, I don't hear language of accountable. Every waste must be accounted for. Whichever language works for you. But the core thing is, remember, my topic says simplify. So as much as possible, make it not cumbersome and say, well, we like what they talk, but we know if we do them. So that's, yeah, thank you very much. So that's that about that. Can you go to the PowerPoint, please? So on that category, which is the last one, is where, like I was saying, some people have different name. But again, my topic says simplified. There are 3 categories that it's easy for you to remember and easy for you to categorize and very nice for you to follow, which is 1, the bull, and 2, the dog, and 3rd, the donkey. Now, the bull, you see how stock market is doing, we'll say it's very bullish, right? And bull, we say any menu item that is doing 70% of what is expected of it is bullish. The dog is anything below 70% to 50%, we say is doggish. And item doing below 50%, we say they are donkey. Why? Jackie, they walk. So it works a whole lot, but it's not translated to meaningful thing for us to run our business. So once we have done that category, the 3rd step, the 4th step says redesign your menu. Yeah, redesign your menu. In the chefing world, we say knowledge is to know that tomato is a fruit, but wisdom tells you not to put it in a fruit salad. It is a fruit, but don't put it in a fruit salad. So you know the menu you are offering, they like it. right? But it's not translating to Naira and Kobo. Or you have the one that translates to Naira and Kobo, but they are not buying it. So you need to now adopt the first thing, menu psychology. How does, first, as a brand, do you have a buyer persona of your product, of your brand? Who is that person? Your typical representation of your brand, of your guests. What do they like? How do they like it? Colorful, not colorful, rustic, whatever it is. That information, this menu psychology will help you there. Then panel choices, you're going to choose. Menu card. I was trying to get a menu card so I can show, but Ma, can I kindly use this? Thank you. Menu card, you can have just one pane, or panel rather, and you have your menu here. It is fine. You can do that. You keep it simple. But the reality is that it invokes the sense that you don't have enough menu. You use two panel. I don't know why I'm calling it pan, but two panel. It is the best. It gives average sense, or gives sense of average amount of menu, but also not overwhelming. If you choose to have multiple, that is where we say information overload. That's where you can go to a restaurant, you flip, you say, whoa, come, which one is your favorite? It doesn't work. It doesn't. So even sometimes you now recommend, say, come one get beer here. Why did you recommend this? It tastes like we go for sweet. You lost the customer because your guy has told you, sell, so that you can sell. But if you had allowed the customer to choose it and he make the recommendation, it will be a different thing. So you need to make, thank you. You need to make that decision. Next is menu writing. Now you need a good chef, not cook. You know the difference between a cook and a chef. A cook is one who cook and say, I don't cook. My work now to cook. I don't close. If your executive chef is like that, know that you have executive chef who cook. Executive chef is supposed to be all-rounder, both an accountant, engineering, manager, procurement, all around. You should have that information. Because talking about procurement, you should know the kind of brand that is good for him. And so, okay, no, they buy this type. So that chef will be able to write menu. I don't have enough time. I also thought we can do some menu writing. So how do you write menu? Don't get carried away again to copy what A is doing. Know who your buyer persona is and use the language that appeals to them. You go to some restaurant, they say, avocado on a bed of lettuce, and you are selling it in one of the villages here, and they say, bed kwa. The thing is, it wouldn't work. Use languages that work. Use languages that invoke connection. Tell stories. Oh wow! From the fall of Obudu. Is it who have water leaf from Obudu? Okay, no. Calabar has bitter leaf. So okay, the bitter leaf from the lush of Udukpani Junction. Right, so learn to use words, but not overburden them. Don't overuse it, all right? Also, empathize. All right, sell the real deal, yes. Learn to put the menu you want to sell in the right place. So we'll talk about the panel, or the panel earlier. If you are a customer, or you go into a restaurant, they give you a menu. Let's say it's 2 panels. Where does the eye go first? Here. How many minutes do I have? Over. All right. So, can I? Okay, thank you. Sorry? All right, thank you. So, your eye does not go here, right? Your eye know they go here. You know they go here. Now, here they go. So, what do you put here? The one will not get better money, Abby? Even if they swear for yourself, Holy Ghost fire that day. So, you put the menu that gives you the highest margin, isn't it? And the menu that is good that you want to sell. Menu engineering is all about using your data, using your food costs to know the right menu to push to customers. Your data has told you jollof rice is your winner. Your data has told you jollof rice gives you the highest margin. Where you go put jollof rice here? It's going to come here. It tells you your chicken is the next for your protein. Put it, sorry, not protein, meat and fish. Put it here. So, you make that thing, and then ensure that it's colorful or it meets, it's bright enough, and it's not that I have to put on my glass to be able to read it. And then next is to empathize with their eye movements. If the man eye move from that top right, where else should he go? Most times it comes to the middle right, and sometimes it go to the left. So the next one you want to say, go here. So empathy says put yourself in the shoes of your guest. And last is carry your team along. Of all of this thing you are doing, if the team don't know what they do, you are looking for trouble. Have you gone to a restaurant? Say, oh wow, lady, pasta carbonara. How is it like? Let me call the chef for you. Fire the girl if you have done training before. But if you have not done training, he's telling you that, Oga, I don't know. He should be able to tell me. So product knowledge is key for every guest contact employee. Not just with anyone that have contact with an employee must have product knowledge. It is sacrosanct. So when you carry them along, it helps your job to make sense. Other than that, you just wasted your time. Yeah. And lastly, don't be like Nigeria. Very good budget, but nobody they follow through. Ensure that all this hard work, there is an accountable time. We want to check what we have done. My brother, I wanted to say something I say in private, I can't say here. So you will have to be able to check to see if it works. So that if it's not working, what do? You check. So once that is done, your many engineering that seems like one elephant, big elephant in the room, has been, they don't cut the leg, they don't cut the hand, they don't lie down, and will fall it like the elephant in some brand. Thank you very much. Any question?
They'll write down their questions and we'll take all at another time. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you.
Please, another round of applause for Dr. Eric.